Now, I did want to discuss this last week, but we were just little bit late and we ended up not doing the show. But the Super Bowl in the States, now as a hip hop fan, definitely of yesteryears, today's world, not so much. Most of the stuff I listen to are older artists when I really think about it. I don't really like a lot of the new crop, and that's not based on age or none of that. I just think the genre has completely gone backwards. It's gone backwards. There's no talent. The USA used to set the levels. But anyway, I still keep a close watch on what's going on in the industry. And last week, there was a big conversation that was going on, and it was about the Super Bowl performance. Now, as you know, people, Colin Kaepernick, was taking the knee based on injustices in America. It started back in 2013 when Trayvon Martin was killed. Now, this led to black people in America threatening to boycott the NFL. The NFL had a lot of bad publicity over that period of how Colin Kaepernick and all these people were treated. Anyway, Jay-Z did a deal with the Netflix where he would give them some sort of training as far as, you know, black people in America and all that kind of stuff. But one of the most important parts of this job was Jay-Z could bring forth a list as part of a committee for who would handle the Super Bowl halftime performance. Now, UK people, a lot of you might not understand the magnitude of the Super Bowl halftime performance. It's 13 minutes long. 1 minute, a 30-second slot can cost millions in that advert. Pepsi pay mad money. Apple pay mad money. They announce all kind of movies and everything during the Super Bowl. It's major. Whoever's performing has half the eyes of the world on them. We don't even watch football in the UK, American football that is, but the most of us have seen at least one Super Bowl performance. Now, with it being Jay-Z who is in control of this, last year it was in LA, Los Angeles. Now, with it being in Los Angeles, they had Snoop and Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre and Snoop brought out Eminem, 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar. Now, this year, the Super Bowl is in Louisiana, New Orleans. Now, who's from New Orleans? Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne has been very public about performing at the Super Bowl. All he's been saying on interviews is, I want to perform at the Super Bowl. It's going to be an honor, and doing all of this, to where people thought it was almost a given that he would perform. Anyway, it was announced last week. It was announced last week that Lil Wayne would not be performing, and it would be Kendrick Lamar, who has had an absolute fantastic year. They Not Like Us is a massive, massive hit. I mean, Stephen, we've heard it a million times. It's been all over the internet. And Kendrick is, you hear it all the time, but Kendrick, Stephen, is a very, very good artist who has a message in his music. It's going to be Black History Month when the Super Bowl's on. And Kendrick, for me, was the perfect selection. But there was major backlash. Nicki Minaj came out. Birdman came out. A lot of people came out and attacked Jay-Z for putting forth Kendrick over Lil Wayne. They even said that he's hating on him and all kind of things. So I'm just going to say it like this. Lil Wayne is definitely on the Mount Rushmore of hip-hop, the 2000s anyway. Because I put it in different eras. I don't think you can say greatest of all time. I think you can say greatest of your era. That's how I'd put it. And Lil Wayne is definitely one of the greatest of his era in rap. Lyricism, he's brought forth hits and everything. He's changed the landscape of rap. You know, he didn't find Nicki Minaj. That was Fendi. Big Fendi found Nicki, but he was able to take her to the next level. He didn't find Drake. That was Jazz Prince, which is Jay Prince's son. But Lil Wayne took him to the next level. You only have to look at where they are today to know his influence in rap. But the modern day Lil Wayne, Stephen, looks like he has problems.
Junkie, man.
If you want to say
he should be in rehab, I say it straight.
Yeah, man. He can barely finish a sentence. He talks like this, you know what I mean? I can't even do the voice. He talks with a real cranky voice. He always looks like he's on the verge of falling asleep. And what a lot of us have to remember is the NFL is a family-friendly brand. Can they really put him in there? The man's been locked up on gun charges. And plus, what songs would he sing? Stephen, come through, man. Come through.
Okay, I know what you're saying, you know, and someone else made that point, but then someone made the rebuttal. Are 50 Cent songs, Eminem's, Dr. Dre, Snoop's, are those family friendly?
Yes. Not all of them, but they've got... this is how big a hip-hop man I am. 50 in the club. Eminem, that speaks for itself. Dr. Dre, forgot about Dre. Yeah. Snoop Doggy Dogg. These men have got songs that you can perform. But I'm saying, as a hip-hop guy, Stephen, name me 3 Wayne tracks that are family friendly that he can perform at the Super Bowl. Not lick it like a lollipop. What can he perform?
I'm just thinking of 3 songs that come to mind. They're not friendly, but a Millie, Lollipop.
You think a Millie's big tune for a hip hop fan, but do you think it's crossover NFL halftime stage?
I don't know, because the thing is, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know Wayne's catalog like that. I'll be honest.
Keep it real.
I just know tunes here and there. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but like, no, I'm a diehard. Nah, I'm not. I just know tunes here and there, man.
Okay, fair enough.
What about yourself? Can you think of any?
I thought about it really hard. Nah, Stephen. I mean, he's got hits, you know. But what stands out?
Crossover, though.
Yeah, what's a crossover smash that? I mean, my man ain't really done nothing in the last 15 years. Like, as far as
no, but he hasn't done any. Even Mark, keep it shorter. What have you done this year?
Nothing.
And the thing is, people are all mad at him. This is what I don't understand, because a quick Google search will tell you it's been in New Orleans 10 times. This will be the 11th. I have never heard anyone bandwagoning for Lil Wayne to perform before. 2024, all of a sudden, you want to perform. Even he come out and said, "Oh, I was disappointed." And why were you disappointed? Who told you were getting it?
Facts.
People need to stop doing that. People do that a lot in life. You make things up in your head, and then when it don't happen, you get disappointed. Who told you that? Except the man in the mirror.
Facts.
And you ain't Michael Jackson, so you shouldn't listen to him. I'm starting with the man in the... And also what's really annoying me, to the point where I didn't even want to talk about this topic, you're all trying to diminish a black man's accomplishment. I've only seen Nas
and 50.
And who else congratulated Kendrick?
Nas and 50. 50 said he'll do a good job, and Nas said congrats. They've stole his moment with this. And even on top of that, you sent me that video yesterday where a man saying he should give it up to make Lil Wayne perform. Imagine a man's earned his spot, Stephen, at the top, at the absolute totem pole of performing, and they're saying he should give it up. He ain't going to bring Lil Wayne out, because why would he bring him out? That's Drake's brethren, isn't it? So you've just been... My man's completely changed Drake's career right now, because people can see now what Drake... We were saying it from about 2015, but people can see that... People can see now that Drake's a wave rider. Like, he'll just jump on whatever wave's hot.
No one's really interested. He'll always be all right. He'll always do all right and stuff, but the mystique's gone. The shine's come off the apple, so to speak. Like, people consider the tarnish now. I'm like, hold on. This ain't what I thought it was.
Not just that as well. Like, he only benefits off the negative aspects of black culture.
Of course.
Like, he don't... Like, let's say there's any kind of social issues that are going on in the States, yeah, Drake as the biggest rapper, whether you like it or not, yeah, you're in a position where you're a voice. Now, I'm not saying that you Reverend Al Sharpton or nothing like that, but the man don't say nothing when the Americans are facing oppression. It's only when it's like about turning up and A, B, or C. Plus, this is another thing what enough man afraid to say on the internet. Like, Drake would like use them kind of girl like Sexy Red for clout, but and pretend like he's into them and yeah, my baby daddy and all them jokes. But let's look in the real world what his baby mother looks like. You know what I mean? He's not into black girl, and I'm not saying nothing's wrong.
Oh,
but
good girl, because then she used to sell crutches or something.
probably all enough of them ones that them man's pusher. That's what they're on. But he's a man who Kendrick did that. Kendrick did that. He deserves his moment. And you see him with the pop out concert, Stephen, what he means to LA. And I rate him, man. I rate Kendrick. He's proud of his culture. He's a pro-black African American. You know, he stands for something. That is what we expect of rappers. I'm not saying everyone needs to be like that, but from where it's coming from, Kendrick is a product of that, and to see him reach the highest level, I'm happy for that. And Lil Wayne, he's a legend. I tell man straight, he's a legend when it comes to rap. Not too many men from the South. Anyway, New York, they got spitters all day. There's a man on the block in Brooklyn that can now rap Lil Wayne. That's just how New York is. East Coast, Philadelphia, New York, the best spitters in the States come from there. I don't care about what era it is. If you're into real rap, Philly and New York, crazy. And obviously you got, well, them man from Griselda, they're Buffalo, innit? That's Buffalo, New York. I kind of get confused with that location. I think it's the same
a bit like Jersey, like it's just outside.
Yeah, it's the tri-state area, it's called. The tri-state area. So them man, but what I'm saying is for some reason, like the cold parts of the states produce real spitters. When you get a spitter from the South, like Lil Wayne, you gotta give him his dues, but the brother's let himself go, man. You gotta keep this thing 1,000. The brother's not really an all-time great performer. And
he said it already. He don't remember his lyrics either. He has to Google his lyrics because he doesn't write in it.
There you go. And I know you'd have time to prepare for it, but I feel like they stole Kendrick's moment, man.
If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, man.
That's a fact. Kendrick, though, we've seen what he can do. Look at the pop-out thing. I even had to watch the video for They're Not Like Us, and I was like, yo, my man
I watched it a couple times. It's crazy, man.
My man brought back that feeling. Actually. Yeah, the cold. I watched it last night. He brought back that feeling. You know when he's doing that LA dance thing, Stephen. You know the Scott. What's it called? Hopscotch.
Yeah.
My man just
the crip walk and all of that.
Yeah, man. That's just LA, innit? That's just LA. And he's brought them together. And on top of that, he's pushing a narrative that we can stand behind. Lil Wayne is like the brother's lost his way, man. You know what I mean? The brother's lost his way, and like I said, when you're going back to the old school mixtape, Dedication 2, Dedication 3, these man was spitting fire, but he's still spitting fire, but you can't hold that stage, man. Jay-Z, to me, I rate him in it because, like I said, that's I remember growing up, like, seeing the change from them man's going from rapper to behind the scenes, to businessman, to family man, because nobody's the finished product. Like, but for some reason, people kind of want him to fall. See what I mean? Like I said, from the old school DVD days to now, people just have a hate for that brother there, man. They just got a hate, like, oh, it's his fault, he hates him. And I'm like, I'm sure Lil Wayne come out and thanked him for paying off his taxes.
And the worst thing is, you know what made it worse? One Uncle Tom Coon, who's involved as well, must have done an interview and said, oh yeah, the decision process is all Jay-Z. Well, even if it is, from a business sense, Kendrick's the man. Like, it makes sense. And I agree with what he said. He said, you don't want to get into the territory where you're always trying to get artists from the area. Because what if you host it in Timbuktu? Who's from there?
There you go. Exactly. It's just one of them things. Like them man just need to accept it, innit? Like it's over, innit? Like they gotta just accept it. It's Kendrick's time.